Wait. Hi, can everybody hear me? Everybody hear me? Welcome to like an early Scott. I gave you a wrench because you're amazing.
Mommy.
This can you just say hi? But remember, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Want to say hi? Want to say like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe to get Mommy 1 million subscribers.
That's right. Okay, bye. Scott, I made you a mod because I love you and you're like a blue extraordinaire. I mean, I have like no, you know what I mean? I'm a small channel, but you, sir, are the best. And oh my goodness, Denise, it's so good to see you. Kevin, I will give you a wrench. I will. Because I have a soft spot in my heart for you here. Good to see everybody. I feel like I haven't been live in forever, and we have so much to talk about. We have so much going on in the Karen Reed, and like I thought, I was like, I'm just gonna stay away from the whole Karen Reed thing. But oh, we got Clerk Jim Clown is in the house. No, Kevin, you're the best. You're the best. You're a good man. Hi, Toots. Good to see you. Did I miss anybody? We have my baby Nikki's here, obviously. And we have hash values. So, and anyway, I was going to stay away from the whole Karen Reed thing, but then what happened yesterday? Like, what happened? Alessi is an absolute force of nature. And the best part about him was like he is not afraid to throw a hand up and be like, stop interrupting me, Boozy Bev. Like he's about it. And I really think that he went to bat for the rest of the team yesterday. And Spanky Hanky decided to get up there with more misinformation and more smoke and mirrors. And I hope, listen, I don't think Beverly is going to be the one to save the day, but the appellate court will see through all of this shit. Today we have, hold on, let's grab a beer. Scott's in New York. Like, Scott needs to come here. Is Kelly? Kelly is coming on with me, and here she is. Hi, Mama.
Of course, my dog starts to growl at work. Look, guys,
hello.
I got my disclaimer shirt on.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. JFK and James representing.
Get some merch.
The boys, all the girls love. You know one more. Say hi to Kelly, and then you have to go in the other room, okay?
Hi, baby.
Go ahead.
He's like, all right, bye.
Oh, he's like, like and subscribe to my mom. Yes, Scott, and I will be here to welcome you when you get here. And hi, Chris. Hi, Mama. It's good to see you. Toots. Oh, Caden, you're being called handsome. Caden's hat is hanging up.
Sorry.
And where's his new fitted, right? Listen, the fitted is everything, okay? It represents everything that boy is. That boy is a Boston Irish kid through and through, and the hat just represents everything for him, and it looks super cute.
Sorry, the wind blew, and my dogs decided to freak out.
Oh, I can't even hear them. Like, and if you guys hear my son, am I loud?
Literally, I was like, nothing happened. No, you're not. You're fine.
Okay, good.
Cotton. It was the wind. I promise.
Your farm animals like no wind.
Barks again, like.
All right. So, we got my face. Look at Joe Biff. Hey, you. Good to see you, honey.
I'm trying, Joe. They have a mind of their own. I can't control them.
They're like kids. You've heard me. On the phone, I'm like, get off me. I love him more than anything, but like, shit.
The other day, I was like, stop talking. I love you, but stop talking.
Yes, just please, because from the time he gets up until the time he's that kid that's like, why,
Declan.
why?
But Declan will say,
Definitely,
"Hey mom, hey mom, hey mom, hey."
right.
Everything starts with "Hey mom," and I'm like, if I hear "Hey mom" one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Stop talking.
No, I know. I like, and like those moments you just want to be like, just be, and
I
they
haven't gone to
don't
the
allow
bathroom
that,
by myself in 25 years. Okay,
right?
I have,
Like, what's that?
I have
What is
kids
that?
that are 25, 22, 19, and then I started over. Joe Biffle, you're gonna get in trouble, boy. I'm gonna ground
I
you.
love me some Joe Biff. Like, if when he's like the
He's so
happy,
cool.
I just love him. Every time I see his name, I smile. I love it. He's like everyone else in chat. Amy, I got a surprise for you. He'll get over it. No, like, okay, so like people will tell you like he's such a mama's boy. That boy ain't moving more than like 3 miles from me. Look at him. Like, oh, see. Are
Hey,
you gonna
such
be
a
with mama forever? He's such a mama's
last,
boy. All right.
last night was like when he was like, "Mom, you need a drink," and I was just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, I have to keep him.
Oh my
Can I keep you,
God.
Paige?"
Who's that kitty?
Yeah, no, Chris, I know. Christine has older kids, and that's very true. And my house will be empty someday.
Mommy, what's that
I'm,
kitty person?
That's
Chris,
Joe Biffle.
I have a 25 and a 22-year-old, and then a 19-year-old stepdaughter. She's my stepdaughter, but we don't
Yeah,
say
she's
mom or
yours.
step.
Yeah,
I just didn't give birth to her. I got her when
yeah,
she was 4, so she's mine.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
She's
then
like,
somebody decided to have more children. So I was like,
yeah,
okay, let's try it. Basically, what
yeah.
happened was my husband asked me to quit smoking. And I said, if you want me to quit smoking, knock me up because I wanted to have a baby. And he did it. But for 3 years straight, he used to stop.
Same experience.
I was like, stop. I don't
stop.
want to have
Yeah.
pregnant. I don't want to be pregnant anymore. Like, stop. Because we had Liam and I got pregnant with Sutton and we lost her. And then I got pregnant 2 months later with Declan. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, it's not supposed to work.
Right. I'm frozen. I know.
Dude,
Dude, I'm telling you, Scott, what you will see one day, and I don't know, because like his father, it was not like that tall. I'm tall for a girl, as you know, Scott. I'm 5'7", and his dad was like maybe 5'9", but the boy is enormous for his age. He's off the charts, and so you're gonna see him in a NFL jersey someday, and it's gonna say Keys on the back. He's gonna make it someday. Barefoot and pregnant, cooking cat. Yeah, I mean, can I get a sugar daddy that doesn't want sugar? Oh, it's Lord Pissa. Hey, honey bunny. Whatever, Lord. Oh, we got dog mom in here.
dog mom.
Yeah, it's Kimmy. Exactly, Joe. I don't know. Like, I always wanted more kids, but like one is like a lot. It's a lot. I don't.
Two, it doesn't really seem like a bunch. What made me realize I had a lot of I populated the half the earth was the fact that they're all grown adults now. 3 of them are, and when they come home, my house doesn't get any bigger; they just get bigger. And I'm
they just get bigger.
I have nowhere to put you because you're too big.
Yeah. So. Right. If you want, hold on, wait. If you want a sugar daddy, sugar is right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, can I get like, and you'll get. I'm so terrible. I really don't mean this because I have a great career and I take care of me and my son, and that's the way I like it. But I want like an Anna Nicole situation. You know what I mean? Like, just
every girl's dream at one point in their life.
That's every girl's dream.
At one point in their life,
yes.
Like,
oh my
let
goodness.
me get a sugar daddy who's gonna die like tomorrow.
Right, 3 feet in the grave. God, we're terrible. Artificial sugar. See, Joe Biffle knows. He knows. Oh, hey, Cindy, Mama. Good to see you. Amanda. Hi, honey.
Hi, Amanda.
So Let's get into it. What did
Well,
you?
give me 2
What were
seconds.
you?
I have to go get the dog before he cries his way out
Take your time.
house. Hold on a
Take
second.
your time. Yep. And the old man, Joe. Joe's coming in hot today. I kind of like these day lives. It's a little, it's like different. Oh, no, I don't want a 90-year-old, but like I want like a guy my age that knows how to fucking act right, and that doesn't happen. So, I mean, gotta change it up somehow.
She likes sexy balls and wrinkled skin. I don't have a 90-year-old. I have a husband, okay? I don't need a 90-year-old. I just have a husband who likes
Thank you. Virginia, thank you. Thank you. I feel good today. I even like put on makeup. Yeah, I'm even showing the girls today. They're like,
yeah, my fancy ones. They're like, whoop.
I know. I'm like trying to pull it up, but they look great. They look great.
They do look good.
Stop it. Amy and Kelly, who is this? Oh, hi, Olivia. Hi, beautiful girl. Yes, it's real good to see you. Thank you for being here. 8 to 80 blind, crippled, crazy line. Dude, you are wild. You are wild.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What's this? Knick Knack has one, but she hates it.
What are you
okay, but like I can relate to that too. Like I like every like nice guy that like I meet, I'm like, I like, I don't know. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Let's get on to Alessi and yesterday. What were your takeaways about yesterday? And then we'll get into it. I'm going to be playing, we're going to start with Paul O'Keefe. Did you notice that Aaron wasn't there?
Aaron was, yeah. And they were escorted in by Rafferty in uniform.
Right.
Like, why was Rafferty the chief
what
of
the
camp
was that?
to escort them in? It was.
What is she gonna do? If someone like bum rush them, what is she gonna do? Not a damn thing.
She'll say boo, because that'll scare anybody away. Her dating channel. Don't tell my husband I'm on a dating channel. He'll be very upset. He's already upset I'm in a sex cult.
No. I know, right? I don't know.
Like, what's the sex cult you're talking about? I'm like, that's just what we watch.
You know, my dating life is a tragedy. I have horrible taste in men. I have horrible taste in men, and I'm okay being like, I like being single. I like doing my own thing. I like raising my son.
That was the best picture ever because I want to learn how Aiden he's fearless. I want to be fearless. Like,
yeah, he don't give up.
Like, I gotta go. I'm gonna sit here. He stares down with Hank. He stares down Paul. He stares down, the chief of police.
Yeah, Amanda Wright. Like, oh my god, the TV and her stare down was. I mean, the audacity of these people. Like, I bet she thought that she was on like she had some type of like a leg up on someone because of Hank Brennan, and she's just like, I'm gonna come here, starting trouble. Hold on, what was it saying? Oh my god, I saw that. I did see it. I did. Yes. Nikki.
Girl.
Yeah, see, my girl Amanda, I love being single. I can talk to whoever I want or not. I don't have to worry about like, it is. I love and I love for other people.
You just need a husband like mine. He just lets me do what I want to do.
I'm a lot of work.
No. If he tells me I'm going to say no, then he knows he's not going to win. So I'll just be like, sorry, not happening. Like, why do you think we get another dog at Christmas time? He didn't know till the day before. I'm like, hey, bring home a dog tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I want a boyfriend. I'm like, I'll just get a cat.
No. I think they impounded it until they get a redacted version. That's what I had seen. Right. It's impounded until they can get redacted to make sure nobody sees certain things. So hopefully.
But like, why are they impounded? Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Idaho case where everything is shut out. You don't know shit like about that case. Nothing. And then all of a sudden now that's popping up with like all of like similar type of Karen Reed I think he
Well,
did it. I think,
I
in my
want
opinion.
to know why Hank wants everything pounded. First of all, they haven't had the motion. You were in all the crazies, Amanda. Now, I did get a good one, but I thought he was safe, and I thought that I wouldn't get in a relationship with him, and that he was 2 hours away from me. And then now we've been married 13 years, so it didn't work.
Oh, see, I love love. I love it, and I hope it finds me someday. But I'm totally fine being single, and I love my life, and so anyone who comes into my life is just like an added bonus. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I
met my husband
I
at my best friend from second grade's wedding. I was in the wedding with her, and he was the best man. And he gave me a piggyback ride to the bathroom because I had broken my big toe. Not just broke my big toe. I had a compound fracture.
Okay, hold on one second.
I had to have surgery to fix my toe when I got back from the wedding, okay? That's
Dude, what did you hit?
I was walking up the stairs I grew up on. But when I stepped, my foot went to go step again, and my shoe came off, and I stepped upside down on my toes like that. And so I broke my big toe. And the wedding was on the beach, and I was like, well, how's this going to happen? So by the time I did everybody's hair for the wedding for the girls, and then by the time the wedding was over, I couldn't walk, and I had to go to the bathroom. And it was across the hotel, and I was like,
"Oh my god,
I'm just gonna pee myself." And he's like, "I'll give you a piggyback ride." And I was like, "His wife's like that." I'm like, "She okay with that?" And she was like, "Yeah, no problem." She was pregnant with Olivia, and we were both happily married at the time. And then come like 5 years later, we're both getting a divorce at the same time.
Oh my gosh! But that's you know what I mean. That's like a divine fate thing, and that's what it has to be.
Are no longer together.
Right. I mean, I know people I have people being 40. I either have friends that their kids are all married off. Well, no, Scott ain't buying that. I love this one. I love old-fashioned kind of love. Whenever I see older people still in love, or men holding the door for the significant others, or just in general, it makes my heart warm. And that's the thing. That love does exist. I just don't think it exists in this day and age, and it's really sad. I think that.
Cracking me up.
Wait, Joe fucking Biffle. I got 2 girlfriends, a wife on the side, and I believe that, Joe. I believe that about you.
Scott, you're not buying it, but I'm telling you, if you knew how clumsy I am, you would know. It's the truth.
Right. Completely impounded, even though the defense sent a full and redacted copy according to Liza's motion. Right. You ain't wrong, Virginia. Talk about it. I took her from the courthouse to the steakhouse. You're wild. I can't even imagine.
Hold on.
All right, take your time. All right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to move into this. Now, yesterday, I noticed that, hey, come say hi.
My 22-year-old?
Yes, hi.
Come here. Come on, baby. The dogs are all attacking you. Come here, Connor.
Who am I saying hi to?
You say hi to Amy.
Hi.
She wants to see you.
I'm your mom's friend. Oh, you're a handsome little thing.
Hello.
Here.
Hi.
Huh?
I say little thing because you're like 20 years younger than me.
Oh. Yeah, right.
He works for Massey doing irrigation, and so.
Oh, very cool.
Because he's right near us.
Very cool. And I love that you come to see your mom.
You're dirty. Ugh.
I love that he comes and like sees you and stuff. Like you've raised good boys. Oh yeah, Scott. See, he believes Joe. He believes him. Nikki, you know listen. I game for days. That's terrible. You know too, like toxic men made me toxic. So there's that too. Kind of like, okay, let's move on to Paul O'Keefe. Okay, Paul O'Keefe yesterday was what? He was sitting in his place. Aaron was not there. And I'm going to put this, I feel so badly for Aaron.
Did I notice he was wearing a blue shirt?
Right. He was touching his chin.
I was looking for the shirt or the touches, but they didn't have on camera very much.
Right? Toots, so toots.
Connor, do you like older women? He said yes.
Like 40 and 20 states away.
He'll be,
Oh my
when I
god.
come visit it, Toots. He'll
Yeah, right.
say
Right.
hi. My
Oh
oldest
my
is
goodness.
25 and Connor's 22. He'll be 23 next month, but
Oh, nice.
they live a mile away. So
It blows my mind that you have kids that are like older than like
it
I
blows my
think
mind
because
that I
you
have
look so young. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I was 21 when I got pregnant with Caleb, and 22 when he was born. So
oh wow,
I was 23 when Connor was.
you were young.
Yeah,
I was so wild when I was in my 20s. Like
I got married April 3rd and had a baby May 5th, and I moved to Alaska June 16th. Like,
oh my god, with an infant.
Yeah. You're going to Alaska? Mm.
Do you know, I was just watching something about Alaska today, and it's like bigger than, like, it's huge, and it has such a small population of people. It's something called a shotgun wedding. Kevin, are you proposing?
Hi, I love you.
Kevin, are you proposing to me? Is that what's happening right now, Kevin from South
Your daughter
Boston?
is marrying Toots to my son.
No, Toots is all about girlfriend. Do you like
Did you see his red beard though? He's all Irish, red beard.
No, yeah, I know. It's so funny because like I'm what you call Black Irish. I have like this is my natural color hair. I'm like olive skinned and everything. But my sisters are blonde hair, blue eyed, and like yeah, and my brothers are darker. And my son came out redhead.
I was born with red hair.
Yeah.
And then it went to white blonde. And then I tried to get a tan one day and I came out red and then it went back to white. And I was like, what the hell is that? So,
No, that was the first thing I asked when they showed me him. Like I cried a happy tears for seeing him. And then I was like, is he a redhead? And he was. I mean, it's calmed down. It's turned into like a dirty blonde at this point. But the boy had a red mohawk for like the first 2 years of his life.
Connor's hair is actually dirty blonde, brownish, but his beard grows out red. My uncles did too.
Yeah, that happens too. My dad was like that. Toots. Yeah, Toots is trying to marry. Oh, hi, honey bunny, Sharon. I don't know if you got my email, but I just wanted to thank you, and I for the most wonderful gift and the most beautiful card. You are a gem. And he really likes these teddy bears.
How do you spell Lego?
Lego. Thank you, Sharon. I didn't know I was Irish until right. Actually, both me and my sister did the Ancestry DNA kit, and we have the same genes, right? But she has like more of this. Like we're mostly Irish, but she has more Irish. I have more Scottish. And I have, and I'm Spain Spanish, and I have more Spain Spanish than she does. It's bizarre. Yeah, it's
weird that you get just different genes that come from your ancestors. You don't know which it's like a toss up of what's going to happen for each child. So like Caleb, he tans really well, and he's like. He gets dark, and then Connor, he's like me. He doesn't get dark at all because their dad used to tan very well. So, But my husband.
I look Dominican in the summer, and my sister turns bright red and then white. It's like a burn that she could use like Silverdine, go into like the emergency room.
Found it.
So kids like that.
Look, Kevin found it.
Amy, the timestamp of pay okay for Kevin, this is what we're gonna get married today because you're looking out. You're the best.
Kevin.
I know the proposal and everything, and you found me a timestamp.
We just send Kevin a link so he can come up with us and talk to us about this.
Kevin might be at work. I don't know if he can do that, but definitely if he wants to, I could send him a link.
He found the one timestamp of a whole trial that I couldn't find the last 2 hours. So,
right, me and her, we were on the phone. I'm like texting people. Yeah, he's at work. He can't. A little
Work
burn.
smart.
Yeah, you know what gets burnt on me? Right here. My nose and right here is the one part that gets burnt on me. Other than that, I'm like black. I'm like, what?
Lord Pissa, KK. I say that to everyone on TikTok. When all of my videos on TikTok, I say when someone says something about like Karen Reed's guilty, I'll be like, KK, thanks.
Yeah.
KK.
KK. Some people I hate. Do you know what? All right, so let's go. Let's get back on track here.
Okay.
Paul O'Keefe was there. He got escorted in by Crash Pretty. What does Scott say? He's actually going to come on my channel soon, which I'm super excited about. He got when Aaron was not there, understandably, right? And I don't know about all of you guys, but I have been I've been cheated on before, and it sucks. And you think that you're in love, and then you find out that the guy you're with is a piece of shit. And I think people always, I think like inside your gut always tells you that they're a piece of shit, but you're like, I'd rather just be in this relationship.
Coast Guard, so he would go on deployment for a month, and then he would be down like Belize and stuff like that. And what happens on deployment stays on deployment. Screw you,
right?
Mommy, do we have money today?
No, please go in the other room.
Please.
Hold on 1 second, okay? Sorry.
I think Aaron. Red flags. Hold on. Another one of my child just came home. You want to meet him too? Come here.
Sure.
It's this game.
Come here. You know this one. Come here. He's in bed.
He's home?
Yeah, I had to go get him early. Come here.
Okay. There you go. Let it load. Go in the other. Sorry, guys. He is very attached to me. Oh, hi. Look at you, cutie. What's shaking? Everyone's on strike from America.
He's like, hi.
Hi, it's so nice to see you. Did you have school today?
You were
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, did you
what red flags? Yeah. Oh, well, everything's fine until it's not, Nikki. You know what I mean? Everything's great. All the red flags. You're like, it's carnival. Everything's great. It's not great.
No.
Not great.
Okay. Tell her you love her. You'll see her later.
Bye. See you later.
Nikki says hi.
Yeah. Bye, Declan.
Nikki.
You're adorable.
The dogs and let them out because they're driving me crazy.
Everyone's saying hi to you, Declan.
Everybody said hi, Declan.
Corn Pop! I am. I'm feeling great. Thank you.
All right, stop reading the chat, weird.
All right. Yeah, I think you hit a home run. She's loaded, and then you find out. Yeah. I'd rather be treated like shit than to have the father say, "Oh, right." Listen, I have a soft spot because my son's dad is not a good person at all, and to hear a father say that about their child is far worse than being cheated on.
I think
because the internet is forever,
my husband
and they will know that.
When he heard that, when I heard the text to him, he was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Like, okay,
I mean,
stop playing with the dog.
Yeah, swoop in.
Crazy over here.
Listen, you're a funny guy, Kevin. You could probably pick up and just be funny to her and don't act like him. Never apologize. Oh, thank you. These kids are adorable. Yeah, it's one of those things. People are like, why are you going to let your son on the YouTubes? And it's like, because he's with me all the time, and
he
likes to say hi.
He would be in the background trying to get on anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%. He'd be like, "Mom." What does this say? That's something you never say about your kids, even if right. Right. Like I said, I have a scab about my own situation, and to hear him say that to a woman he doesn't even know, a woman that was states away that he was cheating and sending dick pics to, you're a pig. You're a pig.
This is a good
what you are.
time to
This is a good time. This is This is a good
This
time. All
little voice
right, hold on. Hold on, share
'Cause-
screen.
So
Mommy.
I made his voicemail
What, babe?
a little bit more special, guys. I made it a little bit more romantical. It's a little bit
Hold
more
on.
romantical.
not loading.
Kaden!
Did you is that mine?
Sorry. One
Are
second.
you sharing?
Sorry,
mine?
no, it's that's me. Hold on, I'm trying. No, I'm sharing.
Hi, sweetheart. So here's the thing. It's like,
Oh.
I think you are so sweet and so nice and so caring and obviously like stunningly gorgeous. It's like that's a whole other thing. But I've really enjoyed like talking to you and getting to know you, and kind of feel like I do know you at this point. It's kind of fucking weird, but
He
I just
does know her.
really
So sweet.
like you, and I know you think I'm talking to like everybody on the side, but that's really not the case. It's the furthest thing from the truth. But I don't know. Think what you want, but we don't think that. But I just really enjoy talking to you. So thank you.
The best reaction though is the one that because when Turtle Boy is reacting on his show, the one I changed a little more romantical. Thank you.
Yeah.
And this,
What? Wait. I feel like isn't there another voicemail?
No, it's just one voicemail. But I sent.
Did I pick the wrong one?
On TikTok, yeah. If you do my TikTok one,
right? Yeah. Yeah.
That one is.
I it's just easier for me to grab it from YouTube that's already on there. Hold on 1 second, okay?
I'm gonna go outside with the go-kart.
But it's Turtle Boy. What Turtle Boy says is the best.
Mom, I'm going outside.
Yes, he did, Kevin.
I'm going outside with the go-kart.
Go have fun. Take the dog out first.
You got me.
I'm not kidding you. Could you repost the last part? I was away from the living room here. It's okay. I'll get it. Yes. Love. I feel like it's the Love Boat. On the Love Boat, but it's in court, so it's Love Court.
I'm back.
Court. I miss you,
my son. So this is another thing too. Okay, so he's cheating and like I was only like talking to her and I just like pigs. Okay, and if women are doing it too, you're a fucking pig. Okay, you're a pig. And then for this girl did Paul think that he was safe, like just out randomly talking to all of these women, not thinking that one of them would get scorned and go to Turtle Boy? Like, did he really think that he was like that untouchable?
The comment he'd made to her, one of the first ones, I don't want this to get back to Turtle Douche.
right?
Right?
Dude, and Aiden is so savage.
And the first thing she did and he was going. I think that voicemail was because she made him mad. He made her mad.
It doesn't work
at some point, and that's why he was talking like he did. I think he made her upset, and so he was trying to fix it. But she was already done and had already contacted TB because.
Kevin, that's the truth. And if you're gonna be a scumbag cheater, at least be good at it. Like, get some game. Like,
Higgins
get like
has better
work.
game than Paul. Okay, I think Higgins was better at game. Like,
for sure.
They're right there.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Paul said, "Love is in the pubic hair, not the air." Oh my god, you guys are so funny.
Oh, shit. Hello, am I here?
I'm
here.
Blue. We're excited you came. Show us. Talk to us.
Driving me crazy. What does that say? What does this one say? What are we having in this beautiful Wednesday? Oh, hi, Blue. It's so good to see you, honey. Thanks for being here. Hi, Robin G. Paul said, "Love is in the Yo, you stop it. Stop it. I got an invite, so I decided to come over and talk some stuff out. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you're here. And he also says hello to you, Stabby. Oh, just so you guys know, Miss Kelly here has her own channel, and she is trying to build it up, and she's going to talk about advocacy, having a disabled child with cancer and different things. So if you guys could go over there after this stream and like and subscribe over there, that would be awesome. I gotta run. Bye, what Pissa? Yeah, you just if you click on
my name.
Yeah, if you click on it. I'm gonna go on a limb here, but I don't think any woman would even
I wouldn't.
for practice. Listen, when I'm doing it's not a practice, I will tell you that.
I'm sorry, but somebody pointed it out that Paul has like his stomach in that picture that it looks like the start of liver disease, and there was like 3 nurses that said that they thought it looked like it too, that he needed to stop drinking and get checked.
Yeah,
like his belly's distended, and so I was like, "Hi,
like
Candy."
a beer belly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is too. So what? I mean, do you think anything's going to happen with the fact that he admitted that he was drunk on the stand?
Oh, I guarantee the prosecutor is going to use it.
Yeah, he's going to have to get back up there.
What did Aiden
They're going to
say?
play it.
The first redirect or whatever, or the first cross. He was like, "Hi, Mr. O'Keefe. Are you currently drunk, or have you had anything to drink today?" Like asking. That's what
Thank you. Hold on 1 second. So Blue, Kevin was on with me on that 24-hour standout, and that was we had the best time. And only the Karens and the people who hated it and everything had a problem with it. There was nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong, and I thank you for saying that, because I think that Kevin needed to hear that.
The source.
Consider the sources. Yeah, consider the sources. Kevin C. Like Candy. Everyone knows. Hi, Candy. What does it say? Can we get horny together?
He said, "Let's get horny together." And then he
what does that mean? What does that even mean?
He wanted her to sext him, but he needs lessons in sexting because she ignored him every time.
Right?
It's not like she was talking
and
back to him.
You know he was sending pictures, and not just that one with the liver disease.
Yeah.
Well,
I know Aiden said he has a bunch of them that he didn't show. So.
Oh my God, I can't. I cannot. Hold on 1 second. My son's screaming at me.
You're fine. She actually called Aiden prior to that court date because he got the stuff Wednesday and had it released like Wednesday or Thursday, and she had already sent that stuff to him. So she knew like that was she was setting him up at the end of it.
Right. Yeah. And too, it probably started off because, and this is another thing too, he preyed on her. He preyed on her because she reached out because she had lost a sibling as well. And she wanted to pay her condolences and just be like, I know how you're feeling. Like, I have a woman, when I got my diagnosis of breast cancer, I started talking to other people with breast cancer because that's like, you get like support that way. And he preyed on her niceness. And guys like him, and if people think, if anyone thinks that was his first time doing that and didn't
or
succeed,
the only one he has right now.
That's what I mean. Like, if
there was someone said, "Aw, Blue, that's sweet."
Oh, I love that. I love you, Blue. I love seeing you in chat. You make me happy.
So, somebody had said that he had a bartender too on the side.
Thank you, Catherine. It is really good to see you. Thank you for being here. He has pieces on the side. He does. Because the thing is, too, is like aesthetically, like he's not like fugly. You know what I mean? But like, and because if you guys saw him walking down the street, I might like give a double look because I know who he is.
But then he opens his mouth.
And then, but that happens with a lot of dudes. They're good to look at, but then they open their mouth and you're like, oh my God, shut up. Like, just stop. Stop talking.
Turn around and go that way.
I don't care how hot you are. Yeah. I mean, maybe when I was younger, I didn't care, but I care at 40. Knick-knack. Aw. What about the bartender? Oh, Denise, do tell. Amy, you got too much knowledge. Listen, I've been through a lot of dicks, okay? And not like that, just like dicky people, okay? I have a laundry list. I have a laundry list of men I should never have ever
But you
been
know,
with,
and
ever.
not to sound rude or disparaging to John O'Keefe, because I don't want to sound that way, but
No.
I believe John probably had a lot of that same attitude too.
Yep,
They both
I believe that.
mean drunks. They probably were just like,
Yep, I believe that.
fight, you know, because they all it runs, alcoholism looks like it runs in their family.
Yeah, and like, okay, and I'm not disparaging him either, but we've all been in relationships and been cheated on, and you don't trust your partner because of X, Y, and Z. And Karen didn't trust John.
That's why she freaked out.
and called him a
I
pervert.
called one guy literally 50 times while I was at the bar because he refused to answer my call. So trust me, I know. I've done it.
So I was like, back in the day when I was nuts, I would follow through with like half of my threats, like, and just because I wanted them to know that if I threatened something, it was possible that it was gonna fucking happen.
Most likely, it's gonna happen. Don't threaten me.
Yeah, it was like, don't fuck with me. don't do it. And so, you know, I'm more of a ghoster these days. So there's that. Oh, and thank you, Bob. I love you. Thank you for being here. It's really good to see you. Blue eyes. See, she knows my virginity. Oh my God, stop it. Am I taking your virginity, Scott? You're so far away. Dick is in dickheads, not. Yes, thank you, Nikki. Thank you. It was a poor choice of words. TB has on his lives. Yeah, I know, but which once a cheat, always a cheat. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Yep, at least I can check Douglas and make sure he's still in custody. Right. I'm like literally escaping men because they're terrible people. Girls are the same way. I'm not talking about just men because there are really toxic, nasty women that treat really men terribly.
And they're all over X.
They're all over X and they're all over YouTube.
Yes.
So there's that.
And the ones that are hiding behind us,
you know.
Hi, trolls. Yeah. We're talking about you.
Hi. Yeah, but my trip there, the border, yeah. Right here, yeah. I honestly think John was getting cold because his mind was on ship and work. Dude, he had a lot going on. And like, the thing is, people are only able to love you to the capacity that they have. And if that's not, like, if he wasn't able to love Karen the way Karen needed to be loved, in my opinion. And that's where their fighting was. She needed more from him and he didn't have the capacity to give it to her. And so it was a lot of fighting.
Say that it was Aruba that caused them arguing.
It was not Aruba, and it was not the freaking Sullivan sluts. No, I don't think so either.
Sorry,
bro. I like my ex, like my son's father. Me and him have like went at it. Like I like saying really like terrible things to each other because I didn't trust him and he didn't trust me because of what he was doing. And then like 10 minutes later, we're fine. And you brush everything under the rug and you play house again, you know? And that's what she was doing. She was playing house. Yeah. Like he had these kids and then she had to play a mom and they weren't hers. And that's hard. I've been with guys.
Well, and when you step into that position for 2 years and you're pretty much living with the children and taking care of them like yours and your relationship starts to deteriorate, you're starting to grasp on to hold on to everybody.
Yes. So, yeah.
You want to kids. She lost everything that night or the next
everything.
Morning. She didn't lose just everything. She lost her children, everything.
She lost everything overnight.
Her jobs, her house, that night took everything away from her.
Yep.
And now they won't even let
What did the outlets do? Everything they shouldn't have done. They literally
if they're so innocent, talk. Come out and talk to us if you're so innocent, because Karen's talked a lot. Nobody else has been saying anything.
Right. Blue, that's so true. Even though I don't want to disparage Peggy because being a mom, I like could never imagine losing my son. Like that's not natural. You're not supposed to lose your kids before you. And she lost 2 kids. But
that segues into her attitude. and what she does.
She's drunk too. I could see her at the local dive bar having her fucking Moscow mules and just drinking. She has that look about her.
Yesterday and got some couple drinks before they
got lit. Yeah, yeah. I believe that, but they didn't help him at all, and he's the only one that Paul didn't. Paul doesn't even want his own kids by his own admission, and Peggy didn't want them either. Like, how awful! And then
they fought for John's niece and nephew, but John is like, "No, I'm doing it." Like he stepped in and pushed them away.
Right. Hold on. He lost his partner. He became a dad overnight. His family never helped. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. And he's a Boston police officer. Being from Boston is a really rough city. Okay.
And he
really
had to change his job, his position in the police department.
He was special victim.
To be able to be there for the kids.
Yeah.
So that they would have a normal life.
I have one child. I know I don't have it in me to take care of my brother's 2 kids. God forbid something happened. Right. So I completely relate to that. So I had to make a will, and my sister has 3 kids, and I love them like my own. They were like my first babies. And if something was to happen to me, because technically I'm not cancer free for 5 years, if something was to happen to me, my son would go to her, so she would 4. But I also, on the flip side of that, I would be taking on her 3. And that, even just the thought of it seems overwhelming, but I would do it.
That's my best friend and I have that together. I mean, I don't on my sister because her son's already moved out and she's older. But my best friend has 3 teenage daughters, which one called the other night just to make faces at me in FaceTime. Okay.
I love that type of friendship.
Make face. I'm like, Riley, what do you want? I thought something was wrong because she was on Christy's phone. I'm like, Riley, what's wrong? And she was like, and then she would like get really close to it up her nose, and I'm like, I don't see up your nose. Get away from me, weirdo.
Chill, Bev. She rolls her own butts. She has one of those like smoker things. I don't know. I used to rip butts too, but I never rolled them. I'll tell you that. Scott, I know you guys all probably know Scott, but Scott is a retired NYPD, and he says working SVU takes a lot out of you. They tried transferring me and my partner to SVU, and we found it tooth and nail. I would have went back to uniform before going. So I was actually talking to Nikki last night, and I was like, Nikki, tell me to stop watching SVU before I go to bed because I start binging it, okay? And one of the police officers, this like, I'll never forget this. This woman transferred from homicide to SVU, and he goes, homicide's easier because they're like in a chalk line. He goes, when you transfer to SVU, your victims have a pulse.
They're real
life victims. Yeah, like you have to look at them in the face, and they have to talk to you and tell you really dirty details.
You're coming up on a person who's no longer breathing or alive, and you're able to disconnect as more often. I mean, I'm sure they still see horrible things as being homicide, of course, but I think you're able to separate it more than you would be as a victim who is sitting there telling you what's happening.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
Opinion, Scott. I could be wrong.
I can't. Oh my God. Nikki's frisky today. I like it. I like when she's like that. What does Bob say? Bob said, imagine... No, never that. Imagine Karen paid cheater. I like it. Ask Bob. Legal fees when he nearly killed a man in a DUI accident, and he treats Karen like shit. Like, what is his real deal? Their only problem with Karen is her behavior that day. So because she didn't say anything, because she didn't oh my God, because she didn't act the way they thought that she should act, they are 100% on board thinking that she did this. Karen Reed did not kill anybody.
Jen if you look at Jen's call log, she had already reached out to them before Karen got back from the hospital. And that's why Peggy said, I told them to make a timeline.
Yeah.
And so by the time she got back,
and that's when Jen McCabe,
they were done.
Yeah, and Jen McCabe was calling the Nagels. Hold on, Kaden, be careful with those scissors.
For someone she didn't know as Carrie Roberts, she talked to her that day 13 times.
Right? And I don't think Carrie Roberts had much. I think she's just a fucking sucker. I think that's what it comes down to.
Well, it's her. I think it's her convincing her what to say and why to be that way. But Carrie Roberts' own sister-in-law says she doesn't believe it.
Right. Isn't her sister-in-law in our chat? I think she like donated to my
Yeah, she
GoFundMe.
donated to. I think she
Yeah.
did. She
I
donated
think
to
she
Karen
did.
Reed and came in. She was on the 24-hour.
She's
live.
wonderful. Yeah. And you're too, she's willing to stand up for what's right. Like,
My daughter's named
I
Olivia
just-
too, but I didn't have a say in what to name her. She was already named.
I love the name Olivia. I love the name Olivia. And
just
I
call her
think
O.
that if I was to have a girl, I would have an Avery.
Well,
Olivia
we were gonna
Benson's name is
have-
Miss Stabler. Who doesn't miss Stabler? Because this girl does. I like organized crime. I believe their problem is Jen McCabe. I do too, Denise. I do too. I believe that Jen McCabe
is the one that everything is circling around.
Mm-hmm.
She's in control of everything.
Not for nothing too. Like, I don't think
from the moment
I don't think
she
that
called.
Go ahead, sorry.
Karen called her. From the moment Karen called her, she had her hands in all of it.
All of it. It's like from the moment it happened. And then she calls Nicole in the house and says, "Are you coming to help me?" Microdots, we can play that. Microdots like cleaned that up and he put that all together, and
No. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Kelly Reed is not married to Nathan. They're cousins.
They're cousins. Yes, they are cousins.
Kelly Reed is actually Bill Reed's cousin.
Right, they're second. So Nathan is the brother to Karen, and there's also a Liz Reed who is their sibling. And then Kelly is a second cousin, I believe. She's a wonderful person. She does a lot for her family, and I think that's like the family, quintessential family that you want is what Karen has. And then she grew a bigger family with all of us that are follow behind her. And I will say everything with my chest that I know for a fact Karen Reed had nothing to do with John O'Keefe's death. I don't know what happened. I can speculate, but I know Karen didn't do it. And it's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Miss Karen Reed.
Karen Reed.
Happy birthday, Karen Reed. And
her parents are the epitome of who I want to be as a parent. Like they are what I look up to be as a parent. To know that my kids know that I am there to support them through anything they go through.
Same.
Even
and
if Karen were to have done this, which she didn't, her parents would still be right there.
Right. No, I totally understand. Like, and too, I am a parent, even with a 4-year-old, that if I make a mistake and like I raise my voice too loud, if I make a bad decision, I'm the first person to tell my 4-year-old that I'm sorry, because I want to teach him accountability. And I think that is something that all of these players in this entire thing don't have. They have no integrity and no accountability for their actions. And that's something that I am going to instill in my child, because I don't want him to be on the fucking 25 News. It says, okay, I didn't understand the correction was. Yeah, right. Yep. I thought Nathan is her brother. They look exactly alike. None of it adds up. There's a big difference between incompetence and corruption. Exactly. And this is the thing, Scott, right? So like Trooper Paul, like total incompetence. Like he had no business doing anything with the crime scene, right? Like one incompetent trooper is one thing. 14 incompetent fucking law enforcement? 14?
The thing is, that's why Higgins went to the freaking PD. To make sure he had everybody on board for everything that needed to be done. You can't tell me that he went to the PD and didn't say a damn word when they're hiding it. I mean, I'm not saying it was intentional, but they need to now cover it up. And obviously his Jeep was not where he said it was, because Karen pulled up and then Ryan Nagel pulled up. And what are they gonna do? There's no Jeep between you. What's happening?
Was there even a Jeep? And this is the thing too. So we're talking about local law enforcement. We're talking about city of Boston cops, and like Scott's retired NYPD. Like Boston's like a thorough city. Like it's dangerous. There's gangs. There's so much shit here. Like these cops know what they're doing. I need you to go in the other room, okay? Do you want to just say hi really quick?
Hi, like and subscribe to get mommy 1 million subscribers again.
Yes.
Thank you, baby.
Right.
Yeah, go see Nana.
My
mom's so good. She like watches them while I'm on here. Nikki loves my son. Nikki loves them, just like you little squishmallow. Yeah, that might fire people. Right. But this is so like how. So then you have Canton police. This is okay. Another thing, being from where I'm from, I'll tell you, I grew up and lived in Hyde Park, Boston, most of my life, and it borders kind of Canton. And I was always told not to go to Canton because they're all suckers and they're losers. And my dad's buried there, and my mom will be when she passes. And
you own property in Canton. They can't tell
What?
you don't
Right.
belong there. You own
Right.
property there.
my dad's been living there for 30 years. Yeah, right.
You own
Right?
property there.
It's always been like a sucky town, and nothing happens there. Like there's no crime. It's one of those towns that like it's a joke. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got in the police force. Oh, you're just gonna sit at your desk all day because nothing happens. You have like Colin Alberts that like destroy houses, and that's like about as much crime as you get. And then all of a sudden this happens, and you are on the world stage of being.
My brother, my sister's boyfriend, he's a police officer. He's been one for 30 something years in the town we grew up in. And I asked him, I was like, is this normal? And he's like, in a lot of places it is, but he's like, I don't get, our station has changed a lot. Nothing happens like that here, our station now. And he says like, and he said there's good cops and there's bad cops. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a bad cop in every station. Like,
I mean, that's in everything. Yeah, it's everything.
But like my sister's boyfriend, man, he'd kick somebody's butt. He'd be like, if you're doing something shady, he'd be the first one to literally put you in your place.
Right,
So.
right. And like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there is nice parts of Boston, and it's beautiful downtown. Like, you're just like every other city, but Boston, like, it can get like real gutter, you know. And what SVU and what they do, they know better. And like Higgins being an ATF agent, like you don't become an ATF agent because you're an idiot.
He's an ATF agent.
Brian Albert, head of fugitive. Like you didn't know what to do when there was a dead body on your fucking lawn, but you're the head of a fugitive unit. Fuck out of here with that.
Higgins is ATF agent at a desk in Canton.
Right.
There's a reason he was at a desk there.
Well, why? Because of Berkowitz, right? Because of Berkowitz.
But there's got to be a reason that ATF decided to go ahead and say, you know what? We're going to sit you at the desk in Canton. Because, I mean, you know what I mean?
Baby,
like,
I know all about Brockton. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Brockton. I've spent a lot of time in Brockton. But I've been sober for 7 years. Almost 8. Yeah.
Leave the cats alone.
I'm in California with the family upstate New York. This is great. Oh, welcome, Candy. I love seeing you here. We were going to move around Chelmsford area, and then I got scared. Chelmsford's like up north. That's fine. I think it's one of those towns I don't really have much crime. He knew. He just thought he was still in episode. Right.
In Orlando, we have you know how you guys have little cities and outskirt cities.
Hi, Casey.
We have a city called Crime Hills. That is the area of town you don't want to go to is Pine Hills. Like, right. You don't want to be caught there after dark, and there's a reason they call you Crime Hills for a reason. So,
please.
Right. No.
Please.
No, not right now.
Please.
Hold on 1 second, okay? He wants me to buy him like an $80.
You're fine. Jem, I agree with you. Everything that you're saying. 3 unidentified dudes still to this day. We don't know who is there. And if they want to tell you that the car didn't get there before the search, they're full of it because the car was there at 5:31 in the Sallyport. And then they didn't even start searching until after 5:40, at least 5:45, because they were waiting on other CERT team members. So the station's a mile and a half away. You're going to tell me that's not enough time to get there and give somebody the stuff? There's a reason Nikki is called Florida Man and Florida Woman. Trust me, there is. It's every day in the news. Sometimes I'm ashamed. 4 generations of
Hi.
BPP.
I'm back. Hold on. 4
And
generations
family.
of BPT in my family. My uncle was at the finish line. The boss. Oh, I was in Brookline when that happened. That was scary.
I was watching it on TV. Does that count?
Yeah. I mean, the Boston Marathon's like a big deal in Boston, like a huge deal. And I went to school in Brookline, which is like city. And I was maybe like, I don't know, not that far away. It was so scary. And then the entire city, we were in lockdown for until they found, like, they literally shut our city down and found those motherfuckers. So there's that.
Yeah. I mean,
Hayden,
Please.
I can't right now. Can
Please.
you
I really think though,
No, I want that.
your bestie lives in Stewart and your dad's in Naples. That's about okay. So Stewart, Florida, is where my aunt lived for a long time. And
Okay.
now they moved. That's South Florida along with
No.
Naples. I think they're
It's
opposite
too
sides.
expensive. I don't know.
Please,
But
please,
my aunt had
please,
all of my aunt
please.
and my dad's entire family has moved up by Gainesville into like Trashville. I don't know why. They live in a I don't even remember what it's called, Bronson, which I don't know if you guys pay attention to What the Hales here on YouTube. Have you ever heard of them? Anyway, they bought they're big YouTubers who like do auctions and stuff, and they buy different things from different storage units, and they
yes, like Storage Wars.
Yeah, but so they had their own little station, and they live in Ohio, but they ended up buying a property in Gainesville area. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's a small little town. Literally, it's one street, and they were stalked there. Somebody who followed them moved up there and bought the property across the street from them, and it's been nothing but a fight ever since. So if you ever get a chance like they're in federal court, they took them to Jeremy Hales took his neighbors to federal court for everything he's done. So it's crazy. And my dad lives in that same county. I'm like, really? Yeah, they would, Andrea. They would have had to be, because I mean, officer down, you have to all hands on deck. Like everybody comes. And those neighbors, by the way, Amanda, they're scary. If you ever want to watch something that you can't not put down like that, almost like this is a lot more, this is different for me, but I watched What the Hales, and I mean Megan Fox does a lot of, in the Umbrella Guy, they do a lot of stuff on it and like reading the court docs and everything, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, they've literally so they needed to get restraining orders against them with the Hales, or Jeremy and his girlfriend George. They went to get restraining orders against them, and they did it in Ohio because that's where they technically their address is. And Ohio gave them a lifetime restraining order, lifetime, which goes nationally. It doesn't matter what state you're in with this restraining order. And they broke it the moment they came back. So, I mean, they're crazy. I had to believe the neighbors were intimidated. Oh, I don't think the neighbors knew exactly what had happened. I know, like our neighbors here are so used to the ambulance coming to our house, sadly, because of my son Liam having cancer. And when he gets sick or has a seizure, like it's bad. So we have to literally get the ambulance here to get there. So honestly, I think sometimes neighbors end up like, or at least mine, become accustomed to it. With having fire department, and like one day the fire department was here in the middle of a rainstorm, and I was like, why are they here? We didn't call them. Why are they here? And they're like shining a light at our house, and I was like, what is going on? But somebody had called from the street behind us to say that the electric was sparking in the backyard, so that's why they were here. But I mean, normally they're here anytime Liam Liam gets sick, and you, like I told you, and you've seen it, and Amy, he gets sick, and he's down.
Yeah, he's
count.
sick.
And he's still
Yeah.
he's still trying to get better from the flu. So they sent him home from school today too. So
right. I mean, that's hard. I mean, your kid has a lot going on.
well, and the problem is
There's a
in
lot
his
going on.
school, all the kids are immunocompromised.
It's not
So
working.
if Liam's body not healing and getting rid of all that stuff is still
Right.
trying to able to get the other kids sick, and we don't want that to happen. So
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's like Hayden woke up today and was like, I don't feel good. And like he was hacking a little bit. And like, I don't want to be that parent. Because I get pissed when he comes home with like infections. And it's like, I'm not going to send him and be like that parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to do it. So what I'm going to do is why don't we watch some of yesterday? We can do like the second half though. Like we want to watch the whole thing. It's like 6 hours. But I want to see Alessi hand Bev and Hank their ass. And
can we
see
do
Hank.
one thing before you do it? Can we go to
Like what?
Kevin's timestamp?
Oh yeah,
Just
hold on. I
let's see that
started. I
timestamp real
started.
quick.
I said Peg O'Keefe flipping it as a second part of Boston 25 speed, and it's two. Ken, he's so good. Hold on, Boston 25.
Because otherwise, I'm gonna miss it, and or we'll get
Boston.
sidetracked and not see it because that's just me.
All right, so WBZ has it. Fox 25 second part. I think this is it. Hold on here. Oh shit. Hold on.
What's the
Thank you, Blue.
I don't know.
It is
You
hard.
have to charge it, Kaden. Sorry guys, he's like driving
It
me
is hard,
crazy.
but like I was telling Amy and Nikki last night, that when Liam was diagnosed, all of our friends scattered. So me finding friends here and finding people in my phone, like I say,
What's the past?
the ones who support me, like are Amy and Nikki and the people that I've just met, you know? So it's a huge deal.
Right.
Besides
right.
my
We love
best
you.
friend. I love you too.
I'm busy. All right, I'm gonna start it. This is at 13:40. It starts.
Okay.
What was the timestamp? The timestamp
Um,
was right here. So it's at this part right here.
Is it when she's
Just okay.
You guys
I'm gonna
watch
start it.
Peggy O'Keefe, from what I understand.
What I want to do is to go to, because I'm going to go backwards ever so slightly because it's an important segue to returning to page 58. So I referenced the court to page 57, line.
Oh come on.
Boston 25,
Are you there?
get your stuff up. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello,
I'm here. Can you hear
Boston 25. Get your shit together. Yeah, I can hear
me?
you.
I'm like, can you hear me?
Hold on, let's move it a little bit. Hold on. Why isn't this? Come on.
It was dispatched at 9 o'clock at night, California time, which would be midnight Eastern time. And let's assume worst case, it's therefore in effect the 14th. That's 4 days before the 18th that this is sent. And what
Do you have a
is-
time?
Pardon me?
Do you have a time, Miss Little?
Oh, now she wants metadata.
Alessi doesn't take any of her shit.
I understand Your Honor would like me to pause until you get. Absolutely.
Now she's like, I want metadata. What? Where's the
If you don't,
time?
I
What's
thought
the
you
date?
had it.
Mommy.
You can move on.
Approximately 6:30 in the evening, it was received by the Commonwealth.
Thank you.
It's not
Is
working.
that, may I ask Your Honor if that's Eastern time, 6:30?
Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you.
Mommy,
And Your Honor, it was a Thursday.
what's the
I'm sorry?
It was a Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
So also, in big bold letters, at least on the printout, the subject is Karen Reed ARCA, reciprocal discovery.
a different
It's not like it was buried what was being sent. I mean, this was a lot of things, but it's right there, ARCA, reciprocal discovery.
Was it just these pages that we've been talking about, or was it a lot more discovery?
I'm going to
May I confirm with counsel? I think I know the
It
answer.
was just the pages, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
So it's not like ARCA is amidst a sea of other topics. So Your Honor, the question,
Wait,
I'm
I
going
wanna
to move
go
on, but
to
the question
library.
becomes, and I'm gonna ask it more than once, hopefully not too much. How is it that the Commonwealth on the 18th understood incorrectly, I think it's undisputed it's incorrect, that they got these materials from the federal government? We don't know the answer to that question, but I respectfully submit it's an important question. Was it an honest mistake? Was it just, as happens sometimes in lawyers working together, there's a lack of communication, there's a miscommunication? Is that the explanation? But I think truth and justice on these topics, since we're being so exacting and appropriately so, we should have an answer to that question.
Spink a Hank.
So
I like this.
so we move on. We move on
Boston 25.
to page. So there we have with on page 58. We have another incorrect statement.
Oh, Hank,
Two of
an
them
incorrect
right
statement.
off the top, and then we
We only had
continue on
10 that we
page
counted
59.
yesterday.
Your
Before
Honor,
he actually started talking again.
understandably, says the court. What is the date of that?
Right?
Mr. Brennan, it's not dated.
I said it, what was I talking about?
I believe, Your Honor, you were
Hold on.
talking about the outline.
Just give me a second.
I'm gonna pause really quick. Do you notice that she will interrupt him over and over and over, just like she does with Alan Jackson and David Unetti and everything. And all she does is like pick apart. She's looking for reasons to get Alan Jackson out of there. And when Hank goes up there, she is like, "Oh, Hank, like, and like she was a defense attorney."
She's like
And
telling
so-
him not to speculate, but the whole thing that Hank is saying is speculation.
Right? Everything he says is speculation
They have
and
to have been
misrepresentations of the facts. These are the people, like, we pay taxes here. I know, like, we're in a different state, but I pay fucking taxes in Norfolk County, and these are the motherfuckers that are supposed to be helping us.
Ooh,
Like,
look
are
what Kevin
you
just put
shitting
down.
me?
Look what Kevin just said.
Kevin,
What? Go down a little bit.
where is it? The first? Okay, I will have to go back at some point. Thanks, Kev. Yes, but never was Spanks, Bias Bev, Boozy Bev. Exactly. So many double standards. There are so many. What?
It must be different on your screen. Look what Kevin said just a minute ago. He said also that they just dropped the federal investigation is still ongoing. TB just dropped a blog on it.
Ooh.
Still waiting 84 years, Kevin. Still waiting 84 years. And then
Boom. Fuck yourself.
I told Coffin Deffer today on X. She said, it's obvious or something like that. And I was like, it's obvious that you're delusional. That's what I wrote to her comments. So I'm waiting for her to respond or be. Yeah, Plevin was such an idiot. Like he was.
I know.
Ted Daniels, from what I understand,
My boy sent me the link of it. I might play it. I have to like send
Ted
it.
Daniel
But...
retracted it.
Yeah,
But
Kevin. See, Hank's fucking liar.
I have the one from Karen Reed walking in. I put on my TikTok. And I put it with the song She Knows. She said, I've heard it from the horse's mouth. And I was like, she knows. She knows.
She knows. But the thing is, too, is I think she's like, at this point, she's so deep in. It's like the rest of them. Like, she has to keep going the way it is. All right, let's watch. I'm going to move it along a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. It's funny that she asked the Alessi, when did you make
Kevin said it was
binders?
54 what?
5704.
Hold on, all right.
She asked him when he made those binders. And he was
This is right around it.
My last point, Your Honor, is going to go to the Rule 14, which is, and I'm going to spend a very short amount of time on this. Now that the Commonwealth knows that the discovery came from the defense, I want to go back to, please, the February 18th transcript, because I want to keep separate analytically
When the
the
clock hits 3:03, you said.
ARCA from defense counsel. Because obviously for Ms. Reed is obviously very concerned about her defense counsel and her choice of counsel, which is going to be my last legal point. But in terms of, I want to go to and quote the Commonwealth on the transcript. I am on page 62.
What? PEPPA.
18. Obviously, and by the way, this is toward the very end of the 18. Obviously, the Commonwealth is in no position to contact, et cetera, and what does that relate to? If Your Honor would go back to page 60, line 13. And it's a repeat, but I didn't get to the point here. I don't care if the ARCA witnesses testify at trial. I don't care about their opinions. But I care that it's unfair and balanced and hidden, and the Commonwealth, like the defense, is entitled to discovery. Key line. So if they can produce the discovery, I welcome ARCA. I want to repeat that.
You don't need to.
I'm sorry.
Watch
Okay.
that,
So my
Peg.
point is, we produced the discovery. Why is there still an issue with ARCA? These aren't my words. So I want to cover, before I get to the Sixth Amendment issues, the point that ARCA should be allowed to testify. We've complied with our Rule 14 obligations. There's no prejudice. They have the discovery. They've obviously had from the government a long time everything about ARCA. So I want to touch that base to make sure that either intended or collateral damage that ARCA still gets to testify, because it's a key part of the defense here.
How do you spell that again?
Now to the Sixth Amendment.
I think Alessi knows this out loud. He does it on purpose.
United States Supreme Court has held repeatedly that a defendant's Sixth Amendment right to defense counsel of their choice is a root basis of the Sixth Amendment. Is it an absolute right? No, Your Honor.
I don't think she will.
If counsel does something so egregious,
I think so too, Scott. I think she will. I think she'll find any reason.
Pause it for a second.
Hold on, let's pause this since we're having. Hold on.
I
Yeah.
don't think she will, because that means
Yes, sir. After.
they will firmly appeal it, and they will win because they have everything on their side for appeal. She has the right to attorney of her choice. So if she tries to
The only thing that makes me think that she would keep him. Right. I mean, she wants this to go on April 1st. Like she, and
It's not gonna happen. That's why I don't think
correct
she
me
will.
if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm. They only, because it was a mistrial, they only have 1 year to retry her, or it's an automatic dismissal.
Yep.
On her charges. So how can she boot him and then not have it on? Like she would do if she wants Karen. She wants to bury Karen Reed. Okay, they all want to bury her. Why?
Make it without the 1 year after is if the federal court stays it. If they put a stay on it, then that would make it to where she would be fine. But it's not going to start April 1st. At the rate it's going now, I don't think it is. But even if it
can
did,
someone confirm or not confirm that they only have 1 year to retry her, or it's an automatic dismissal?
I remember seeing that somewhere else too.
Yeah, because that's why because it was supposed to be January, then shit popped off, and then it went to April, because that's when her first trial started, was April. That was like jury selection. They only have 1 year, right? I mean, yeah, they can appeal it. They can appeal it, and they will. Okay, but like this does nothing for Bev. It does nothing for her. She wants this to go April 1st, and so as much as she hates AJ, she could just keep him because it'll keep her on a time track, or she'll boot him And then what? What happens after? They appeal it and Karen has to wait and spend more money for the next few years? Like, that's wild.
I don't think that she will, because if she gives out that information, especially before the next Tuesday, she's not going to do anything before Tuesday because that's going to the federal court. And Marty already put him in as pro hoc vice for federal court too. They released the paperwork yesterday. He released his own pro hoc vice. So he's got 2 attorneys in the state who are supporting him as pro hoc vice.
Right. And the thing is too, they still haven't even approved Bettero. And then Hank, I'm not gonna go through this because of whatever, but Hank got up there and was like, oh, Turtle Boy and Karen, what do they have to do together? Their cases are separate. And not for nothing.
He was trying to say they were co-defendants.
Right. And they tried to make it co-defendants, and Judge Krupp was like, no. And not for nothing, poor Aiden is facing way more time, like 115 years. 115 years this boy is facing. Why? Because he's a journalist and he told people to fucking do the right thing?
He called somebody when he was on YouTube.
Oh, right. Did he call Proctor? But that's like, remember Howard Stern?
However, the retrial is ordered, it must commence. So the retrial is ordered, it has to happen, but it doesn't say when.
So there's no time limit. They just have to file.
Mommy, what's the past
that they plan on doing it.
Right. All right, I'm going to play this a little bit. And oh, no, go ahead, sorry.
April 1st, that with the federal case coming up on the 5th, it depends on what that judge says. And she decides she's supposed to go through all those motions. And Alessi has quite a few of them that he's arguing. And he's not very fast, I'll tell you that much. He's methodical and he makes sure she knows everything about it. So there's no way it's starting on April 1st. But I don't think she will.
Not with all this fucking tomfoolery. I don't know. And I hear you, Blue. I'm nervous for Turtle Boy. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think that he's just like a shock jock journalist, and I find him to be fucking hilarious. And I've watched Turtle Boy way before Karen Reed when he would do like Ratchet Madness and stuff like that, and he would expose ratchets in New England, and that's what he was known for. And this has been his jam forever. And just because he's abrasive doesn't make him a criminal. You know what I'm saying?
I started watching the case before I knew who Turtle Boy was. Okay. Then I saw Turtle Boy on certain things and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go find him. And I started watching his show. And at first I was like, wow, man, he's a little abrasive. But then I started to get his humor. Like he has humor like I have. And it just took me getting past. I love me a good Turtle Boy rant now. I love me a good Turtle Boy rant. And I love how he will rant on and on and on, and then he'll say, anyway, and then he just keeps going to something else. But I think Turtle Boy has a better judge now, and I really think that that's going to help him. And I'm hoping that it's not going to cross over and cause more issues, because Bettero and Bradel have all the information, it's all the text messages, everything. So I mean, they had even though they had to return her stuff.
Agreed.
They still already had it.
Right. And this is the thing too. Like they're talking about Alan Jackson, like doing doing an email that they did turn over, but the inverted video that was brought into the middle of the fight, that shit
doesn't even move. She's just
that's
like,
fine. Yeah, that doesn't even fucking flinch.
Well, Turtle Boy said last night that she was just sitting there rolling her eyes and sighing and all that stuff yesterday.
Right.
Court.
Mommy.
All right, I'm gonna start playing this, and I have to go help my kid.
You're fine.
Really quick. I'll be back.
Way.
Mommy.
What, babe?
To the need for the court.
There it is. Did you see it?
So I understand that.
Did you see her?
My presentation today was as an advocate, of course, foremost,
Anybody
but
else see
also to
that?
provide all the information. So when Your Honor balances that sacrosanct Sixth Amendment right with whether or not there has been such a level of conduct that can be diluted or trumped. And I give Your Honor United States versus Gonzalez Lopez, 548 U.S. 140, 2006. And in that case, there was violations of the local rule. And the court, and the court struck their counsel for that. And the
Was
U.S.
that
Supreme
counsel pro hoc vice, or was that?
I'm gonna get to that. The answer is the counsel. I want to be sure my answer.
You know what?
Yes.
Kids are part of life. You got to do what you
And
got
I'm
to
going to
do.
read my conclusion because it doesn't say pro hoc vice, but I'm going to read you a part of it. It says, during the hearing, however, the magistrate judge revoked Lowe's, that's the attorney, provisional
Is that his daughter?
acceptance. So I believe that's the parlance of pro hoc vice.
I was
but Your
wondering who
Honor,
that was.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the following week, et cetera, and then the revocation occurred. And yes, it was. So the Supreme Court holding, government conceded that Gonzalez's Sixth Amendment right was violated below, where the court denied pro hoc vice admission based on perceived violations of the local court rule.
All right, so pro hoc vice was not permitted in, it wasn't a revocation of pro hoc vice, there's a difference.
There is a difference, and both occurred in this case.
Okay.
There was both. Good point, both. So, Your Honor, and there are other cases.
I love how he stops her.
When you have the Sixth Amendment.
Hey, something was just
The
delivered to my
fact
house.
that someone
I
is
wonder
pro
what
hoc
it is.
vice status is
She's
not
like,
the
this is
determining
from
factor.
Amy.
The Sixth Amendment,
It's from Amy.
in terms of legal dignity, is way up here,
Look at that guy.
and then the pro hoc and the local rules are down here. It's only when the violations
Stop.
that undergird the pro hoc vice get repetitive, get more than repetitive, but go to things that are done, that are corrected. And the issues that I've seen in my research, Your Honor, is that they have to be so, the violations have to drive so much to the core issues in the case. It's like suborning perjury, putting people on the stand when they know they're wrong. Literally having objective evidence that counsel had a document in their
It's
hands.
gonna make me cry.
Almost literally at the same time, they're telling the court they don't have it. It has to be that
Is this gonna make me
severity to
cry?
trump the Sixth Amendment. And why is that, Your Honor? Because the
Pause
court
it.
has alternative remedies.
Pause
for
it.
if they really think that is happening. And that is going to be my last point on the Sixth Amendment. The case law is replete with the trial court having to be careful that whatever they do, even if they believe there's a basis for some sanctions, that the court look to do them post-trial so that there is not for the trial the bleeding in of those issues into pretrial matters.
Amy.
And the case law, there's a mention of that all the time. It encourages trial courts to make sure that they're very, very sensitive to that issue. I don't think the courts are being all that sensitive and empathetic to the lawyers, but I think what they're doing is appropriately trying to make sure the defendant gets a fair trial, right? And the defendant is not adversely affected by whatever the counsel may or may not have done. But I want to be very careful and clear, Your Honor. I'm not saying that is sort of like mitigation. I'm saying, importantly, the time I spent that there was not these violations. If any occurred, they were corrected. And on Rule 14, there's no prejudice. And therefore, I conclude, Your Honor, and I would urge the court. What happened on February 18th? There were some misstatements and they weren't cured. I don't want this to turn into, and I'm not making this argument, I'm not making an equivalence argument. I'm not saying, okay, now let's turn to the Commonwealth. To the contrary, Your Honor, and I hope I provided a factual and legal basis.
I love
I don't
you.
want any of this to continue.
I love you too.
I don't
You're
want
making me
scrutiny
cry.
of the Commonwealth statements on February 18th
As you
unless
ignored me
there's
the
going to
whole
be
time.
continued state scrutiny of the defense counsel. And I don't say this a camouflage or a shield. We've got a lot to do between now and April 1st. The last thing I'm sure the court wants or anybody wants is to have something happen where that date can't be met because of whatever actions come out of
What
it.
did?
My hope
Oh,
is
no, that went to
that we
Kelly,
all
not
understand
here.
we made mistakes. Mistakes have been made clearly by both parties. And I would urge that the parties, not talking about the court, the parties take a breath, a deep breath, and focus on the matters that are important, which is how can we prepare to make sure that the presentations to the jury are candid.
No, stop. Hold on.
Truthful,
I'm
and most
pausing.
importantly,
I'm
effective,
pausing.
so that
Okay.
Wait, so the defense team filed a motion to dismiss today, but it's been impounded per Deb? Bev. Bev,
But
right.
Jackson submitted a affidavit to impound
It's
it.
Oh, he did. So
Yes.
that was purposeful. I mean, it's not going to get dismissed. There's no way. It should never even have happened. Let alone like what the fuck? You think how uninterested Bev is with this whole thing with them with everything. You would think that she would want to get rid of this case. But instead, she kept the case and she's letting it go, and she's let Hank run all over her court.
She's in the spotlight. Huh? She's in the spotlight.
I mean, there's girls that don't care if it's positive or negative. Oh, do you love it?
I love it.
Do you love it?
Yeah. I try not to.
I sent Kelly a little token of love because she's been instrumental in my recovery, helped me tremendously, just like Nikki and Dog Mom and Sammy and Tom CPU has my heart forever. And so I sent Kelly a little something because she's
what the fuck
really
is that?
Everyone's helped me though. Like there's been so I can't even thank people enough for like the amount of love and support that I've gotten. Like I've gotten more support from strangers than I have like a lot of my family, and that means a lot to me. And so just know that I truly appreciate all of you.
You guys see,
and I appreciate Kelly. Kelly's a chosen bonus sister.
It says, "To my beautiful bonus sister, family isn't always about blood relations. It's about people who care about you and accept you for who you are. Who would do anything to see you happy? You're an important part of my life, and I'm grateful to have you as a sister. The gift is a reminder of our love and acceptance. Wear it with pride to know that I will always be there for you and support you."
Yeah, you're my girl. You're my girl. I love you, Kaden.
I love you very much.
She knew it. Wait, hold on a minute. I love you very much. Defense. She knew it was coming. She only about 4 weeks to. I'm a wicked ugly crier. It's fine. This video is on here of me crying. Holy shit. Yeah, no, Bev knew it was coming. I mean, she is, and this is the thing too. She hasn't even decided on better row. How can she deny a woman a defense?
Yeah,
you can have 12 lawyers if you want. And not for nothing, these people are doing it for free. They're doing it on their own dime. They don't give a flying F. Sorry, my camera's all weird. They don't give. They're not in it. Oh my god, they're not in it for the money at this point.
How could you not cry when you get this mail?
I know. I love you, and I hope you wear it. I got this one. I got this from the oncology team, my son's birthstone, and they gave it to me the day that I found out I had cancer, and I've worn it since, and it's given me great luck and love, and I feel great wearing it. And so I hope you wear that and you feel good. And you know you always have a friend. Yeah.
on right now.
What the fuck? I'm nosy.
She's like, I'm nosy. Tell me what it is.
Defense filed it along with a pre-redacted copy of for the public. Court is slow rolling on the docket, not even addressing it. See, but this is the bullshit. This is the bullshit. You know what this reminds me of? Do you guys are we guys into the Delphi case at all?
Mommy, it won't even work.
I watched the Delphi case a little bit. Yeah, I wasn't like I am with this case or the Adelson case.
What?
Like the Adelson case, this case, and the one I told you about that is the pregnancy, the girl who faked pregnancy and cancer, and that keeps going on.
Can you believe?
those are-
Like that's like the worst type of person. People say that Plevin, like I think that he has cancer, but I don't
I
think
believe
that
he has
he
stage 4
terminal.
cancer, but I don't believe he was terminal.
Well, I mean, you can have
stage 4 and still
Right.
get
live. Yeah, actually, Dennis Sweeney, great man. He had stage 4 cancer and he's been cancer free for 15 years. Terminal means like there's nothing more you can do, and he was swindling money out of people playing
like $7,000 from people, and he let it go on
Right.
for like months. I'm not crying. You're
Kelly's
crying.
crying.
Nikki, she made me
I'm not
cry.
crying. I'm crying.
I love it. And Kelly's crying.
Ratchet Madness is coming. Yes, I think Bev is going to win. So who, I put in the chat, who do you think is going to be in the brackets for Ratchet Madness after this is all over? I can't wait.
Jen McCabe won last year, right?
She did. Yep. Deserving. Deserving so.
We have to take her out of it. Bev is in the running.
Yep.
Do they have to be male or female? Just whoever.
It doesn't matter. Whoever. Yeah, you guys say.
Hank is in the running for that.
Hank is definitely in the running. Do you know who's not though? I think Lally just needs to be left alone. That kid, that guy, he just slouches and like hates his life.
I didn't think I would feel so bad for him, but he literally sits at the table with his head down, and he doesn't even have anything written on the thing. It's so sad.
I know.
I imagine one of my children with their heart broken, and it's like, oh, Lally,
right?
but you deserve it.
Yeah.
What?
Do you want this?
I love how they said it was someone said it was at the kiddie table, sitting at the kiddie table.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how embarrassing. How embarrassing to be the lead and then your second chair and you don't do shit but sit there and slouch. Like, okay, at least if you're going to be like second chair and like, I would sit there with my shoulders back and my chin up. Like, you know what? Like, we're going to do this. Nope, not him.
Is it coffee?
That was coffee. It's all done. And okay, why don't you go play with Peppa?
Why is it blue?
Well,
Sorry, guys.
In the beginning, you're fine. It's family. He's part of it. He's part of this thing. Family.
If I was awful.
When this first started, okay, so what was I gonna say? Brennan, or when he first got put on there, everybody was saying like there was. I mean, I know like I heard JFK say it. I heard a couple other people say it. They were like, this could be good because you know he worked with Whitey. He's a defended a mob person and all this stuff. And he could be he said he was going to try to be fair. And I was like, I don't think he's going to be fair. Michael Morrissey did not hire somebody who was going to be fair. Like,
right.
He thought he would be fair. He would have said, I'm going to find somebody else. He's going to hire somebody that's going to take up what he wants him to do. And so,
right. No, I totally agree.
But I have a video the first time that McLaughlin was able to speak at the other hearing, and she tried to call an objection in the middle, saying that he didn't ask a question, but the question wasn't finished being asked yet. And Bev had to make her sit down and ask the question. And then
sit down, Mr. Lally.
I have another video of Bev thinking that Lally was going to object, and she pulls her microphone to her, and then she pushes it away real quick because he didn't do it. And I was like, "You're literally waiting for him to object. You're literally sitting there like, okay."
Mr. Lally, do you want to object? Okay, I'm going to play this for a second because I have to run and use the restroom. So
go ahead.
That jury can make the best.
Amanda, I agree with you.
There's a lot at stake here. The issues are momentous, and that is the focus of the defense. And I, again, conclude, but I would ask that I have, if anything said, if Your Honor has any concerns, I would really appreciate hearing them so I can take them on. Mr. Jackson, Mr. Unetti, any questions Your Honor has, I would greatly appreciate it, my presentation notwithstanding. If there's still concerns with the court, we will take them on as best we can, and certainly candidly. Thank you.
All right, I appreciate that. Before I give the Commonwealth an opportunity to respond, I need 10 minutes.
All rise.
You are muted.
We're in recess.
You guys, the only fan is on TV, baby.
What?
It's the only fan. The fan at the Commonwealth. It's the only fan, you guys. She made it.
I know. It's so funny. There's a. Yeah. Well, I was still listening. I could see. All right. Let's move this.
Hi,
along.
Prince Lover. Oh my God, you have to show my video that I made for it. I made a video for OnlyFans. I don't know if you have him.
Did you?
Yeah, on my.
There's a girl. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Let me pull up my TikTok and see if I can share a screen with you. You are unmuted.
Oh my God.
I totally agree, Nick Nack.
So before I give the Commonwealth, Mr. Alessi, I am going to take you up on your offer to ask any questions, and I may have questions for both sides.
What?
Peggy's definitely making Ratchet Madness. 100.
So while memories are fresh, I just want to show the accuracy of what was just said. So I'm certainly not going to order counsel to answer my questions. You don't have to, but I am curious. So
Hi, Prince Lover.
as an officer,
How did you lose your wrench? That's weird.
That you just heard from Mr. Alessi. And what I'm particularly concerned about is what you knew or what you didn't know.
You know, what he said was entirely accurate.
Okay? Mr. Jackson, same questions.
I'll give it back. I don't know what happened, honey.
Elucidate with
I don't-
regards to the February 6th sidebar comment. As I look back at I didn't remember making the comment one way or the other. I didn't remember that sidebar.
I did.
I'm sure the court did after the transcript.
No,
I
no,
did as well.
I did long before I did.
Right. The context of that, what was in my brain when I said we don't have anything else to give, which is why I reviewed the transcript, was very clearly the federal batch of information, what we refer to as the federal dump. I did not have in my head at all emails, communications, things of that nature, the small.
Invoices, payment.
No, nothing. Because the context of what Mr. Brennan was talking about being frustrated about were his TUI requests concerning the federal batch of information. And that's when I was making the additional statement. We don't have anything that they don't have concerning the federal information and the background information for the ARCA experts. That was it.
Your Honor, if I could, this is the.
Nope, hold on. Ms. Little.
I love Alan Jackson. I could listen to him talk all day.
Excuse me, that you're responsible for all this.
Oh, hello, Kelly Pippin.
You, and again, you don't have to answer, but is there anything that you dispute in the accuracy of what Mr. Alessi told me about what you knew and what you didn't know and when?
No, Your Honor, I would just add that as soon as the court issued the order, I obviously was not in court that day, but as soon as the court issued the order that ARCA reciprocal discovery be provided, I gathered those documents and I provided it. So that was the, I guess, prompt for going to look to see if we could satisfy the 10 things that were outlined by Mr. Brennan.
Okay, so I'm going to hear from the Commonwealth now. It does not look like we'll finish this today because we'll be ending around 4 o'clock. I will hear you, Mr. Brennan.
I think we all do sometimes.
Attorney Alessi ended his argument talking about the Sixth Amendment and discounting repeated or repetitive violations. when you consider the conduct of this case, you should consider the history of the case, including
Hello.
competitive violations,
I'm here.
3.6 violations, protected order violations,
I put it in the background if you ever
and
want to
then
put it up.
discovery violations, representation violations.
I'm looking for.
You can share it after.
The first
No,
trial,
no.
attempted
Well, it's on the
I
screen,
see
you
it.
just
successfully did was
do it.
favored.
Yeah.
Our co-witnesses, as wholly independent,
Yeah.
presented themselves as oblivious to the nuances of ARCA.
Yes.
Under the impression that there
Yes,
was
it is,
no
buddy.
compensation, no bias, no collaboration.
The man is such a liar.
In advance of the second trial, and I'm going to get to the timing of that.
She did.
But it ignores entirely withholding this information.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just pause this.
You're fine.
Let me be frank with you. I am here with a totally different opinion, but with no drama, and I appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in and being here with us. All opinions are welcome as long as you're respectful. I don't accept mudslinging. If you have a different opinion, that's fine. And I'm happy that you're here with us. Just be respectful,
joining us.
and everyone else be respectful to them. Right?
It's very nice.
It
and
is
frank.
very nice of Frank. Yeah, it is. And I welcome. I'm happy you're here.
It's nice to hear a different
For
perspective.
crying out loud.
Innocent has a right to a fair trial.
That's nice about it.
So do the people.
Yeah, for sure.
It is clear from the reading of the transcripts and the records and the posturing materials that there was information that showed that ARCA was not wholly independent. Information that was known to the defense, and for whatever reason, perhaps a strategic advantage was not provided to the Commonwealth, the court, nor the jury. Mr.
Bro,
Attorney Alessi talks about
what are you
the
doing?
Wallace case. In
What
that
is that?
case, there was one attorney to cross-examine a witness, which is protocol. Another attorney passed a note, a minor
Are you
violation of
please don't hurt yourself.
procedure.
Okay.
That is like a raindrop in a hurricane.
A raindrop in a hurricane?
Code of ethics and rules
He's good at his theatrics.
to ensure a fair trial for everyone, both sides. Coming in at the last hour and providing information when the ambulance.
She hates theatrics, but she allows it with him.
14. My effort with the ARCA witnesses from the beginning, and I've been clear and consistent, is not to preclude them.
I like Jeff Williams. Tell him I say hi.
Discovery that we're entitled to. I did not
Jeff
know
is nice.
before a few weeks ago what the defense had known. I did not know that there was compensation.
Yeah, I like Jeff.
And efforts maybe.
No problems.
And inevitably compensation. I didn't know that, but I certainly suspect. I saw your Honor's questions before voir dire, during voir dire, after voir dire. I remember the conversations sidebar. And those questions were right to the point. And when we were sidebar, I specifically mentioned, I don't know. A voir dire is inconsequential. I don't know what to ask. I can't send them back home to get their records, their emails,
Hi.
or any billing.
I see
All of that
videos
was denounced. All of that was
calling
portrayed
him
as baseless. But the court had questions. I had many of the same questions.
You're right,
It is
clown.
not surprised that we start to scratch off the tip of the iceberg. It is not complete. There is a murky relationship between the defense and the United States Attorney's Office relative to these ARCA witnesses, and there is a very—
Wait a minute. Hold on. He is saying right now that the defense is colluding with the U.S. Attorney's Office, so now the U.S. Attorney's Office is a part of what they think is bullshit. Is he all right? Is he fucking all right?
Rewind.
Did you hear this?
Rewind it some.
Hold on. Hold on. We'll start from here. Listen.
In that case, there was one attorney to cross-examine a witness, which is protocol. Another attorney passed a note, a minor violation of a court procedure. That is like a raindrop in a hurricane. We have a code of ethics and rules to ensure a fair trial for everybody, both
Me
sides.
too.
Coming in at the last hour and provide information when the avalanche started is not enough. This isn't just about Rule 14. My effort with the ARCA witnesses
Don't
from
put
the
those in your
beginning, I've
mouth.
been clear and consistent, is not to preclude them. It is to get fair discovery that we're entitled to. I did not know before a few weeks ago what the defense had known. I did not know that there was conversations and efforts made between them, and then inevitably conversations made. I didn't know that, but I certainly suspected it. I saw Your Honor's questions before voir dire, during voir dire, after voir dire. I remember the conversations on the sidewalk. And those questions were right to the point.
Okay, that's mommy's.
He didn't know because he didn't watch the trial.
Inconsequential. I don't know what to ask. You can't send them back home to get their records or their emails or any billing. All of that was denounced. All of that was portrayed as baseless. But the court had questions. I had many of the same questions. It is not a surprise that we start to scratch off the tip of the iceberg. It is not complete. There is a murky relationship between the defense and the United States Attorney's Office relative to these ARCA witnesses. And there is a very unclear relationship as we stand here right now.
The fucking audacity!
Between the defense and these ARCA witnesses. You can see from the emails, while there is some information provided, there are gaps.
He's only missing his
There are
folder
enormous
to pound
gaps
on
in
it.
time. The pause moment on March 24th and then reinitiating on May 5th, where ARCA is actually billing the defense for their works before the voir dire. There had to have been communication between that time that rekindled this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There are two requests that are mentioned in the emails. We didn't get all of those responses. And so we do not have an affidavit either counsel.
He's so full of it.
We did not hear a word from any of them. According to Mr. Alessi, what you should do, what the court should do, is go to the federal government and ask
So
questions.
just to be clear, I am not.
She says nope.
With anyone about
Yeah,
That's the
she
only
was like, yeah, no, thank you.
do that, Mr. Bruce.
No, thank you. That was even too far for Bev. Imagine.
Suggested that I call it
Too
Yeah,
far.
back it up a little bit. Here, she was pissed.
I'll move on.
She was pissed.
That's the first time I ever heard her put him in his place.
What the fuck?
And the United States Attorney's Office relative to these ARCA witnesses. And there is a very unclear relationship as we stand here right now between the history of interaction between the defense and these ARCA witnesses. You can see from the emails, while there is some information provided, there are gaps. There are enormous gaps in time.
Because they didn't talk.
On March 24th and then reinitiating on May 5th, where ARCA is actually billing the defense.
Hi.
Before the voir dire.
Hi, baby.
There had to have been communication between that time that rekindled this relationship. There are two requests that are mentioned. You can get all of them.
Like and subscribe to get my 1 million subscribers.
Either counsel.
All right, I love you. Go in the other room,
We did
please.
not hear a word from any of them. According to Mr. Alessi, what you should do, what the court should do, is go to the federal government and ask
So
questions.
just to be clear, I am not having ex-parte communications with anyone about.
Good for you, Bev. The only thing I've agreed with.
Your request that I do that, Mr. Bruce.
Fucking told him.
That I called.
No, I said if Your Honor wanted to do that. I didn't suggest that Your Honor.
I'll move on, but the point is, it is not coming on the court.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to address this. So I'd be more than happy to have you on to tell your opinion. If that is something that you're willing to do. I'm not sure what your case is. Are you anti-Karen Reed and you say that you're a mechanic, so you know crash sites and you think that she hit him with her car? Because there was like 3 PhDs that said that it didn't happen. And actually one of them was the one that made the ice rink at the Boston Garden safer for skaters. Like, he actually like redid the way that the skating rink is for safer, for their like they're hitting heads and stuff. All the hockey players. I don't agree. I am more than willing to hear your opinion. Maybe not today, but if you come back, I'd be willing to have you on and we can discuss what your feelings are on it, and we can have an adult conversation about it. I'd be very willing. Very willing.
You can make more of a case than those experts.
Right. Right.
I have it only, Frank. I only have an issue with that because they have a PhD and you took a class. Like, my husband's a mechanic, but my husband's not. He's been a mechanic for 40 years. He's not going to say that he knows more than what biomedical engineers know.
Like, these people, like, this is like their jam. You know what I mean?
This is what they do every day.
So, Frank, let me. So, I've worked in the IT field for, how old am I? For like 20 years. Okay, and I've done a plethora of different types of IT work. Okay, I know for a fact Jen McCabe went in and Googled at 2:27 how long to die in the cold. Okay, out of 37,000 searches, only one was deleted in her history. How do you account for that? I have an expertise in IT and know the workings of it. I'm not a PhD. I have a master's degree. I'm not a PhD.
And
but I know that John, how?
I mean,
I have a master's degree in information system security. And so I know a couple, two, three things about cell phones and all of that. And so you can say about the car, and I'm not downing what your knowledge of cars and things like that. But that's one part. That's one part of a collusion of many different fucking strange stuff that went on. So I respect your opinion, and you're welcome to come on, but not today. Not today.
The amount of schooling for a PhD to get where they are and to do what they do, and the Boston ice rink and just all of this. And then also you add on, oh, by the way, I'm also an IT person. Like, to me, it's like, oh, but I'm also an attorney, and I'm also, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be rude. It just seems like you have to one up people. So,
and like I said, like you can explain, and I'm not taking away your knowledge of what you know, but we all have like common sense, right? Common sense isn't lost, and we all have different skill sets. Okay, and I respect your opinions, but I do know for a fact that Jen McCabe made both of those searches, and you know what? Too, her husband's in IT, and shame on him, because he should have known what to do. Anything, any tablet, any iPhone, any Android, any computer, and you could try to burn these things. I could always extract the data. Always, like always.
The only way that you cannot extract the data is if you're trying to delete it and miss it on purpose. These are also
right, but everything saves. Like, even if you delete it, it never goes away.
Okay. Paul's kids get to see what he said forever because it's online.
Right. Right. Like, yeah, I agree. Someone Googled it. Well, someone Googled it on their phone, and the data was manipulated. Yeah. But the thing is, too, is like oh my God, wait, what does this say? Proctor's hard time in the White House? I fucking can't. What was your handle before? How do I know you?
She said she just found you and subscribed.
Oh, you just found me? Yeah, I happen to be here. Thank you for being here and subscribing. And if you guys could like the video, it would be really good. It kind of gets the algorithm going, and it pushes it out to more people. Tom CPU in the house. Oh yeah, he gave Kevin roses. Oh, my Sammy girl.
She already told you that she would schedule a time for you to come on another time. Coming on now.
Wait, do you say you're in
not
Europe?
what we're doing.
Hold on, wait. Well, I will show you my internship because I worked at the biggest nursery. Okay, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm willing, honey. I'm willing to talk to you. I just don't have a time today because my 4-year-old is already having kind of like a meltdown, and I'm gonna have to wrap this up in the next hour. But I'm totally willing.
You have an ID for the library?
Yes.
You take me someday.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the same people who said that this is not happening and this search did not happen are the same people who are saying that Brian Welsh's texts are illegitimate. So where's it doesn't correlate to me. And I'm sorry, I don't appreciate, I mean, I know you came on here to say you had a different point of view, and I love that, but she's already told you that she'd do it later. She hasn't told you you're sitting there coming back with, well, I have this and I have that. And all that does is turn people off from wanting to talk about it or letting you speak your piece about it, because we want to talk to you, but we'll talk to you later. I'm not comparing two different cases. It's the same people. All you're doing is pulling information off a freaking computer, iPad, or a cell phone.
Yeah.
If you make a search, it happens. That's what happens. It's not comparing anything different.
It's not comparing. Listen,
say that's unfair.
Higgins.
What's unfair is the prosecution.
Higgins knew he had to get rid of the phone. Like, the phone had to be gone because he knew that no matter what he did with that SIM card, that somebody could extract the data off his phone. That's why he went to the military base and got rid of it. Like, I understand the car part, and if you're an expert in that, I respect you. But it's not about one point. You have to put every single point together, and none of it makes sense. The only thing that makes sense is everyone acting suspicious other than Karen Reed, because Karen Reed did not hit John O'Keefe that night. I don't know what happened in that house, but I know that Karen Reed didn't do it.
Okay, instead of continuing to tell us that we are wrong, be respectful, like you said, and respect what Amy's saying.
Yeah,
Because
right, exactly.
Now you're just starting to make me mad.
No, I mean, he could say whatever. We welcomed him in, and like, okay, wait a minute. I know for a fact that when it comes to IT, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, you might know what you're talking about with cars. I know what I'm talking about. The 227 happened, and then it happened at 624 again because she needed to do something after. That happened. I don't know what you're welcome on. Why don't we say that that we can come on maybe tomorrow, and I can send you. My kid's throwing stuff at me, and we can come on and we can talk, but it has to be respectful.
Mommy, it went on a higher cost.
It did. Hold on 1 second.
You're not making me mad. You're making me. You're upsetting me and making me mad at the situation, because you're basically pushing your theories on people and you won't stop. Like we said, we would have you to come on, but if you want to come on when she told you to. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mad at you per se. I'm mad at the situation because you keep pushing. It's like my child. You can't stop.
I'm not mad. I'm actually being very, very factual with you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just asking you to look at the whole picture. It's not about one activity or one thing that happened. You have to look at the big picture. People that are anti-Karen Reed, in my opinion, only focus on one thing that they think that they can trip up. You need to look at the entire case factually. Karen Reed is factually innocent. Okay? Factually. And you may be a car person, but there were PhDs that do this for a living every single day that said it didn't happen.
Mommy,
so is science and physics not real?
Mommy, pause.
Okay. I just, Kelly, who was to say? He's gonna be rough and rude. Like,
Mommy.
oh God, is it Plevin? Hi, Plevin.
It's probably
Sammy.
Kevin's
And I get a
account.
little. Oh, thank you, Sammy,
Oh,
for doing that.
Sammy.
Yeah,
I love
thank
you.
you, my love. Yeah, you know what,
Finding it.
Tom? How about when we have Frank on up here? You can come up here too because you're an IT person,
That I
and
would love
we
to
can.
see.
Yeah, Tom knows his shit. And we can come up here and have an adult conversation. And I'm willing to hear you out. I'm willing to hear your theory on what happened, but I need you to have more theories than just the car because that's one piece of an issue. It's one piece.
And
That's one piece
you
of an entire corrupt case.
you are pushing your opinions on us because you keep going and we're telling you we'll do it another time.
It's true.
So
yeah, see,
that's
Tom. Yeah,
pushing your
no. Like seriously, like I will totally have you on. Me and Tom CPU. He'll be up here. We just gotta like coordinate because we all got a lot going on. But like I said, I respect everybody's opinions, but ours are gonna differ. Frank, can you write code in assembly? I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is this is my jam. IT, I've been doing it for 20 years. You're not going to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. That's like not happening. Blue, don't go anywhere. You are being way too nice to entertain this idiot. Well, I'm just not rude, and I think that everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I'm also going to tell them when I think that they're fucking wrong, because they are. Get Plevin up here, I'll tell him he's wrong too.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying he's being rude and trying to push his way in when you're.
Oh yeah,
telling
no,
him
he's a
to do it
troll.
Another time, like
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
trolling, and he's
Yeah,
just
he's
set up
trolling.
here at Tom CPU, C++, and Python enough. Like
Yeah,
he's trying
Tom,
he's
he may
filtering
teach us
all this
something.
information.
Absolutely. Yeah. Trolling means you come into a chat just to cause trouble. And when people are insulted by what you're saying, it can be a little off-putting. Like I said, I accept everybody here. So you're welcome as long as it's respectful. And the next
I want
time
you
we
to
can
be
have
in the
Tom
chat.
CPU up here. Huh?
I said I want him to be in the chat. I just want him to be
Peppa.
respectful to you and your live because he's pushing
Yeah.
and keeps saying, well, you're wrong. And that to me, oh, well, have me on.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do it another time. And it's still causing issues.
Right. And yeah, he hasn't really caused any problems. I just, and the thing is too is like Tom just said, he could teach us something. He could have information that we've never thought about before. We've just been on for 2 hours, and I can't go on like for 4. And I think that if you came up right now, the live would end up being like 7 hours, and I don't have time for that right now. Oh, you're a content creator. I would love to. I will check you out tonight, and I will subscribe. The video where I gave you a nickname. Tay. Let's see. Frank. Let's see what Tom says. Frank, I can tell you that the people who are close to the investigators have a lot more technical data than public. Data doesn't lie. Tom, data doesn't lie. People do. People lie. Data does not lie. Fucking preach it, brother. Preach it.
I'm fine with debating people or, other people.
This is why.
I want people to
and not
debate.
for nothing. Yeah, and not for nothing. This is exactly why the Commonwealth doesn't want to stand. This is exactly why the Commonwealth doesn't want to hand over the metadata, because they know that it doesn't lie. They can lie. They can manipulate words. They can misrepresent things. But the data that they have that they're not trying to put over for discovery, they know that that data is real. Data doesn't lie. And I don't think that the PhDs that came from ARCA that the feds hired, the Federal Bureau of Investigation hired, came up here, they without any bias, they came up there and they said this did not happen. It is impossible. We're using physics, using science. Science doesn't lie. Okay? So however the car situation is one thing, but I just wish that instead of focusing on the one thing, you would look at the whole picture.
His injuries don't.
I get real fired up. I'm not upset with you. I just get fired up.
No, I'm fine. And then you have her phone calls at 12:40. she supposedly saw her drive away. At 12:31,
Well,
she
if
texted
you
her to
misconstrue the data,
pull up behind her. And supposedly he was dead by her at 12:32. How in 45 seconds did she back up 24 miles an hour at 60 feet and nobody heard it or kill him if she was staring at the door?
Right. In the middle of a snowstorm.
Right. With a curved road.
Tried to stop going 24 miles an hour? Have you ever tried that? I did it one time just like for shits. Dude, I couldn't get past 15 without almost shitting myself. What?
Boy about wrecked.
Let's see. And Tom, CPU, listen, to misconstrue. Like, okay, so you're saying that people like Tom and I could misconstrue data, but the PhDs that took a look that were unbiased to the case are also lying, and they misconstrued all the evidence. But you're right because you're a mechanic. Make that make sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right here. The data isn't misconstrued unless you have the wrong data. I'm telling Frank, not all data is public, right? Just because Tom's making a great point. Just because we don't know that it exists doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We just know what we're given, right? They were given thousands of pages of information from the federal government. Do you think we know everything that's in those papers? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. We don't know it.
I mean, and then you add his injuries, you add the car, then you add the fact that she's at the window telling him to park behind her at 12:31. At 12:32, they say he's dead. So if he's not at 12:32, then how does she not see it happen?
Hold on, wait a minute, dude. And you have knowledge of devices, man. You know that tab activity logs are on smaller devices that are never accurate. How do you know that? Do you have like how do you know that? How do you know that's misrepresented? You don't. Why? Like you're in my opinion, this is spreading the same misinformation as Hank Brennan.
Hang up.
Hi, B. I'm so excited to see you. Frank, we're not saying that you don't have the degrees. We're just saying
I'm not.
The whole picture you need to look at besides just because you have a degree. But you keep telling us we are wrong, and we're telling you this is what she does.
There's a higher cost.
So you can't just say that she doesn't know how to do her job. Tom's telling you, and you're telling him he's wrong. Like, we told you we would have you on.
Yeah, totally. I will. Hold on. Callie, wait a minute. But like, you can't insult me and tell me that I'm wrong when I also have like 3 degrees in information system security. That's what I have a master's in. So don't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about either. Like, don't be disrespectful, right? So like you can come up here when I have more time.
Like Pepper said, please tell us about the degrees you had. You said many times that you've had degrees.
Right. Like me, I'll tell you, I have an associate's degree in networking. I have a bachelor's degree in information system, or a bachelor's of science, and I have a master's degree in information system security. And like, I've been working in IT for 20 years, right? And so I have a knowledge base of like what is real and what is not. Can people fail? Yeah. Look at the Canton PD. People fail all the time. Look at the Mass State Police. Look at Proctor. He's a fucking disgrace. People fail all the time.
Okay,
right?
Well, you're very proud of yourself, and I'm proud of you for feeling that way. If you think that you're not going to be wrong, and that everybody
3, 2, 1.
is going to be wrong but you.
You need to hang up.
You sound like a lot of people I know.
Your 5 minutes went off.
They're called narcissists. I don't know if you've heard that word, but I used to be married to one.
You hang up.
So
you hang up right now.
Wait. What do you mean?
Hang up.
I will.
You guys,
I really gotta go soon. Yeah. It's really good to see you too. Hi. One second. Hi, Kaden. I'm saying goodbye. Go. I'm saying goodbye. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we don't have to. I mean, we don't have to. And like I said, like I'm not disrespecting you. I'm sure you have degrees. You've worked at great places, and I would love to have that conversation. But as you can tell, my son is having a problem with me.
Are you going to hang up?
Oh, yeah. True.
Mommy.
Alrighty. Kaden.
Hang up.
All right, guys. My son's having a little meltdown on me, like me, to give him some attention, and I think I should after all this. But I would love to do this again, and maybe Amy, kids first. Exactly, exactly.
Guys.
All right. Do you want to say bye to everybody? Say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Hold on. All right, guys. Wait a minute. Well, a narcissist is in love with his own self-reflection, just as many you like to compare as one because I am confident of my opinion, and that is per definition a totally different meaning. Are you calling me a narcissist?
No, I called him a narcissist. I said what he's doing is narcissistic. I mean, narcissistic.
Yes. All right.
Just like my ex-husband was narcissistic. He was always right. He had to be better, say better, always do better. It's
I'm saying goodbye.
Bye, Amanda. Bye,
yes.
Robin.
All right. Bye, guys. I love you, and hopefully we'll do this again, like tomorrow, maybe. And if people want to come up, and it was great seeing everybody. Thank you for being here, all 31 of you. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will do this again. Kelly, thank you for being my co-host. I love you. Tom, everybody, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mommy.